Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Welcome to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast and posse. I'm your host, Tiffany, and today's episode is designed to help you get consistent clients and cash online. So this is for those of you who are in feast and famine when it comes to getting clients online. You'll have a couple, then you won't have any for a while. Then you'll have some, then you won't have any for a while. It's also for those of you who are in the beginning stages where it feels like, oh my God, how in the hell do I at least get my first few clients? What do I need to focus on? What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Why does it seem so easy for everyone else? Is it me? Is that they don't respect me? Is it that you start thinking it's yourself, right? All of us do it. Especially when we start down the scroll hole and we see all these bitches with their Post-it notes on the wall. Why am I so infatuated by this? I told you guys that I even went and bought Post-it notes for one of my launches. And I was like, I'm going to do the Post-it note thing, but I'm going to do it differently. And I bought these sexy black Post-it notes and like glow in the dark ink and shit. And then I started doing it and I was like, first of all, my handwriting sucks. I hate you guys who have great handwriting. I blame the fact that I was sent to Montessori school as a kid and we learned how to do handwriting by tracing our finger off across sandpaper on these tiles. I have the worst handwriting. It's not cute. Even when I'm really, really concentrating, like on a Christmas card or something, it's legible, but it looks like, a six-year-old's writing. So we see all these Post-it notes. They're all written so cute. They're all on the wall. I tried doing it. First of all, it was way too much work. Then I had to put them in a shape on the wall. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not saying I won't do it again, but if something feels like it's unnecessarily hard, I'm not available for it. And nor do I want you to be. Don't feel like you have to do all the things and all these things you see other people doing who you believe are making the money and getting the clients and having the success that you want, that you have to do it that way, or you have to do all these things and be on all these platforms or dance or show your booty or whatever the hell it is in order to get there. No, you don't. In fact, I don't want you to. I want you to do it in your way. Now, as I like to say, in the world of marketing, both digital and traditional, there are things that are proven that absolutely work. There are things that are proven that absolutely don't. But there's this whole gray area in between that needs to be customized to you and your ideal client. If you do not have a profitable marketing strategy that excites you, that feels of integrity to you, that feels really good to you, and the people you're trying to attract and serve and get them to believe in you and know you and like you and trust you and hand over your money, it ain't gonna happen. So part of it is that you need to let go of some things and some beliefs that you've been doing in order for me to tell you and to you to start incorporating the things I want to share with you today that you need to be focusing on. So you need to let go of doing all the things. More does not equal more. Less equals more. And I don't mean less like we're, some of these people are trying to give the illusion they don't do shit and they make all this money. That's bullshit. That's not the case. They just do a very strategic and select things, but they're doing all the things, just not everything. So stop thinking you have to do more to get more. It's actually, you've got to be more strategic and more streamlined So you're going to do less in order to get more. But we're in a society, a lot of us were raised by parents and generations that were taught more is more. Waking up earlier is better. Staying till 8 at work is better. You better be the first there and the last to leave. And then corporate America and corporations truly all over the world really hone in on this because they want you working nonstop. Some of them are changing because they realize that leads to burnout and you actually don't get great quality work, right? I'm all about my max workday. My maximum is a 6-hour workday. My absolute maximum. That's it. And it really doesn't, a lot of times it's not even that. I work 4 days a week. Now, do I create content on the weekends and show some stuff in my Instagram, Facebook stories? Do I edit some things? Do I write some emails? Absolutely, I do, but it's because I want to. I could have batched that and had that done during those 4 hours during the week, but I really love creating content and I'm more creative when I'm in like a relaxed, fun space about it. So again, that's what works for me. For some people, they really only want to work 3 days a week and they would rather work 10 to 12 hours 3 days a week and luxuriate the rest of the week. That's also okay. That's why I say there's a gray area. So let go that you have to do what Polly the influencer and Sarah the spiritual guide is doing. And yes, I have to change my voice every time I say that. Sarah the spiritual guide, the ones that are successful, and I've coached a lot of them, the ones that are making money, they're strategic as fuck. They really are. They, some of them can be out of integrity and make it look like, you know what, I just like channel the moon and the aliens and do ayahuasca and the abundance just comes to me. Yeah, the reason people buy their shit is because it appeals to your microwave mind that wants something instantly and they make it look so easy. Behind the scenes, these people are either A, broke, and they come to me to help them, and which one of the first conversations we have with love is that they're broke because they're repelling abundance because they're out of integrity. And or two, the ones that are making money are highly strategic and are doing these things in the background. Okay? And they have time to luxuriate and channel aliens in the desert because of that. And I want that for you, but the first thing is you have to know, what the hell should I be focusing on and what shouldn't I be focusing on in order to get consistent paying clients, my first clients. I mean, I know a lot of you listening are like, girl, I'd be thrilled if I got 2 paying clients, whether, you know, you're a service-based entrepreneur, you have digital products, whatever the hell it is. I know that would make you really happy. Whether you're network marketing, you enroll two top people a month, you'd be freaking balling. You'd be big time balling, right? So let's start paring this down and say it with me. We are unavailable for the unnecessarily hard. Okay? We don't need to do unnecessarily hard things. More is not more. More is not better. So here's what you need to be focusing on. And I've tried to just bottom line it for you. First thing is 2 main lead generators. You need to, and by lead generator, what I mean is you need to have 2 ways of people finding you. You have to have 2 nets out in the sea. If you have no nets out in the sea, how in the hell do you expect to catch any fish? Right? And if you try to put out 25 nets and none of them are really strategically placed or tended to, you're going to catch diapers and plastic straws that are in our ocean instead of catching the high quality fish you want to catch. So 2 main lead generators and ignore the best. If you haven't noticed, I'm still not all in on TikTok. I have an account so I could grab, my name. I think it's the Tiffany Carter. I don't even remember, you see. I just played around with a couple videos just so I could kind of start practicing using it. And that I don't remember the last time I posted on there. It's not because I don't think that's a worthwhile platform. It's that I am strategic about my energy and my creativity and my bandwidth. And to do TikToks, it's very hard to have someone help you manage an account like that, because it's me who has to be in the videos. Yeah, I could hire someone to come up with clever things, but then it would still have to be me in the videos, right? I could have someone cut down Instagram stories or other videos I've done, but those usually don't perform well. Unless you're a public figure, right? You'll see like a Mel Robbins, you'll see Gabby Bernstein, people like that. You see Gary Vee, right? He has people who will, video editor who will cut it down and post them on TikToks, but they're already public figures. So that's not going to cut it unless you're famous. And if you're famous, give me a shout out right now, will you? And tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Do I have anyone famous listening or like semi-famous? That'd be interesting to know. Like, do I have a D-lister listening or like a well-known influencer? Like, give your homegirl a shout out. I'd really appreciate it. So here's what we're going to focus on. 2 main lead generators. When I started, my 2 main lead generators, which are still to this day, my podcast and my Instagram. Now, over time, I added, right? So I have Twitter, I have LinkedIn, I have Pinterest, because I have people who are working for me who can implement those things. I have to review, I have to edit, I have to sign off, but I wouldn't have done that until I really started getting true leads coming in, high quality, consistent leads for my 2 main things. So 2 main lead generators, let go of the rest, stop trying to dibble dabble and all the things. It's not going to work. So I need you to do that. Number 2, you have got to go all in on video, period. End of story. So you've got to go all in. So let's say for your 2 main lead generators, you're someone who really loves writing and you can pump out a lot of written content. Well, blogs are back in fashion, people. Blogs are back in business. Blogs are bringing in some coin if you go all in with them and you have a strategy, right? And you know who you're talking to. So let's say you go all in on a blog. Okay, well then I need you to have, for your other lead generator, we need to have it be some video heavy platform. So it needs to be YouTube, it needs to be TikTok, it can be Instagram. We've got to have video heavy, because the second highest converting, piece of content, aside from you being live in front of people, is video. So you aren't down with the video plan, you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to show up. You feel awkward, you're not sure how to start them. Well, then you need to book a 90-minute session with me. You need to join my ProjectME Posse group coaching membership, where we teach this in depth, how to use videos to get more followers, to get more subscribers, to attract more of these fish, and then most importantly, convert them into paying you. And I don't care if you're shy, if you're awkward. I don't care if you're super intense. I don't care how smart you are, how dumb you think you are. Have you seen some of these people who are being really successful on video? I mean, I love mentioning the lady with her 3-inch long nails eats crab claws on YouTube and makes millions. Like, we can do this thing. You can join the ProjectME Posse group coaching membership by swiping up on this episode. It's in the show notes. It's $150 the first month, $100 after that. So it's $3.33 a day. You get weekly live trainings from me and other special guest experts. And it's all designed to show you how to attract more ideal clients online and convert them into paying you on repeat, whatever niche you're in. You can be in real estate. You can be a lawyer. You can be a medical doctor. You can be a network marketer. You can be a coach. You can be a healer. It does not matter. What I teach you is the absolute intricacies of how to create this profitable content, how to use each of these channels, depending on which channel finds, is the right one for you, how to determine which channels to be on, going really in depth on how to create videos that actually make you money, hashtags, all the things are in here. There's a library of over 160 videos that you also get access to. Plus, I keep this membership group at an intimate size, which is why I can, with integrity, call it a group coaching membership. It's not thousands of people. So this is going to keep you, if you show up, I can't make you show up, but if you show up, it'll keep you accountable. You'll have my eyes on your stuff. You'll be able to collaborate with the other members in the posse. I've seen posse members go on each other's podcasts, do lives together. People will end up hiring, each other off of there because you're building a great intimacy and a no trust factor inside the posse because people know the type of human beings I attract. They're all high integrity and people who want to support one another versus compete against one another. Because I'm not into the competition. I'm not a competitive person. Maybe towards myself and my own goals, but competition repels me. I'm all about collaboration and doing stuff to support one another. Now, if you go to the page to sign up for the posse and it says it's full, you might want to check every few days because people will drop out of the posse and then people come back in. But it is open for you. I know there's spots right now. So go to projectmewithtiffany.com/ProjectMe Posse. The link is also in my bio on Instagram at ProjectMeWithTiffany. Okay. So I said your two main lead generators you go all in with. One of them must be video heavy. Then you need to have one high quality freebie. You don't need to have 5. All you need is one, and it can't be, this is my checklist, 6 things to have a better start to your day. 6 things to ease anxiety. It cannot be basic. People are giving you their name and email. If you wouldn't be super excited to sign up for that freebie, it doesn't make the cut. I want you to give away something for free that you really should be charging for. What also happens when you do that is you'll be in a different energy when you go to share it with people and you go to promote it, because you'll be able to say, you guys are nuts, basically, for not signing up. Like, I should be charging for this. That is what kind of freebie I need you to do. Go stalk my website and go download some of my freebies. Here's a great one to download because you can use them anyway. I'll give you 2 because you can go see examples of these. I've had them out one's been out for like several months and one's been out for I think a year. They both highly convert to cash. So go stalk my shit. One is my money quiz, and that's at the top of my website. You'll see it right there. It says free quiz, and it's at ProjectMeWithTiffany.com right at the top. And then the other one, which is a downloadable done-for-you freebie, which those do very well, that is at ProjectMeWithTiffany.com/free graphics. So these are, I think there's a full month's worth of done-for-you by a graphic designer, profitable, high-converting social media graphics where we have them sized for Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the things. So that's ProjectMeWithTiffany.com/free graphics. So you guys can see examples of what I mean by a high quality freebie. Then you need to have just one signature offer. Stop tripping and going, God, now I need a course, and now I need an ebook, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. One offer when you start. Some of you are like the yogurt section at the grocery store because you think more is better. And then you put out one offer and no one bought it. So now you create another one and then another one, or you see someone else having this. Maybe I need to do this. No, one signature offer that you have done a lot of market research on, that you really believe, you feel confident your ideal client believes that they need it. Not what you know they believe, but they believe they need it, and have it packaged with the wording and the naming and the promises it delivers, not guarantees. You can't guarantee anything because there are no guarantees in life, but the promises it delivers, and those are really clear, and focus your energy on that one offer. For the love of God, if you have a small audience, your first offer cannot be a course. It cannot be a paid ebook. If you feel that lit up to do it and you don't need the cash, maybe you have money because you have a brick and mortar business, you have another company, you have a rich husband, you have a trust fund. I don't know, you do illegal activities on the side. If you don't need a high amount of fresh cash right now, first of all, I'm concerned because then you have a vanity project and you don't have a real business. If you have a real business, you should be concerned about bringing in high levels of fresh cash. But I also understand that some of you are kind of have the luxury of toe dipping, right? A little side hustling. And I'd rather you do that than do nothing. So in that sense, right, I still don't love the idea of you guys having a small audience and having some low ticket offer like an ebook or a course. Here's the problem with that. You need a high volume of people to buy something at, like, let's say it's 147. You need a lot of freaking people to buy from you at 147 after credit card transaction fees and taxes for you to have any amount of money that's going to really please you or move the bottom line. When you have a smaller audience, you need to focus on high ticket signature offers. That doesn't mean it has to be one-on-one coaching or one-on-one consulting. It does not have to be. You know, in order for me to give you guidance on that, you'd have to book a 90-minute session or be inside the posse when we're discussing those things. But it doesn't have to be private coaching. Maybe it's a small group coaching. Maybe it is a high level course, the live element. But if there's not a live element of you and you have a small audience, I'm telling you, that's your problem. Some of you are trying to skip the work and go to the luxuriating passive income. You're trying to go, well, I want to have what Tiffany has. So I'm just going to put out like my own affirmation card deck for $9.99 and go chill and make all this money. You've lost your mind. Or Boss Babe number 57. Oh, well, I see she has a course for $297 and she said she made $1 million off that course last year. Yeah, well, my guess is if that's true, her audience is much larger. She has multiple leads coming in. She might have people doing affiliates for her. She might be spending $150,000 a month on ads. You know, a lot of these people, not a lot. I don't know one who isn't, so I need to clarify. I don't know one person who's not having seven-figure launches on something that isn't having 25 to 45% of that being spent on ads. Period, facts, end of story. And I'm sure there's someone who's not, right? I'm sure there's always an exception, but I'm saying anyone I know, and I know a lot of people who are successful in this industry, I know what they do behind the scenes. And some of them, thankfully, are very open about it. Some of them do $150,000 a month in ads. Now, hey, if you're spending $1.5 million on ads a year, but you're making $3 million, sign me up, man. Sign me up. But, you know, that's what they're doing. So I just want you to be aware of that this one signature offer should be high ticket and it needs to involve a live element of you. You've probably not earned the right yet for it not to earn a live element of you. I'll be straight up. My first round of my signature program, Selling with Soul, that I only launch once a year, and that comes up at the beginning of 2022. So listen, here's the other thing. If you don't know how to sell, and a lot of you are freaked out by the word sell. If you don't know how to sell in a way that feels good to you and your ideal clients, I don't give a shit who does your graphics. I don't care if you hire someone to do your brand messaging. I don't care if you hire the best social media person. It doesn't matter. If you do not learn how to sell in a way that feels good to you and your ideal clients, you will not make money. Conversely, you learn how to do this and you get it, and you learn my very well-known emotional-based sales techniques from me that anyone can learn, and there's zero manipulation in it. This isn't some NLP shit, and don't get upset, my NLPers who are listening. I'm not saying all NLPers are manipulative, but there's a lot of manipulative tactics in there that I don't agree with, but I'm not saying everyone uses it for that. It's very tempting to. So don't come for me. There's a lot of you who are doing it in integrity as well. But if you don't learn how to do it in a way that's like non-manipulative and feels great to you, you're not going to have a successful business. Conversely, you learn how to do this, you'll be able to, the sky's the limit, truly. But a lot of you avoid this stuff. You want to focus on like hashtags and videos and my brand messaging and my niche. And it's like the thing you need to be focusing on is how to sell in a way that lights you up and excites you. And that doesn't make you feel, gross, sleazy, or pushy. So that signature offer of mine, when I first launched it, I'm trying to remember when I first launched it. When I first launched it, I made it a high-ticket self-paced course because I was seeing some other people online and I was new to the so-called personal brand, right, online space. My other business is high-level B2B with multi-billion and trillion-dollar companies. It's a very different world. And I saw other people doing these high ticket self-paced courses. They're charging $2,000 plus to do a self-paced course. There's no live element. And I was like, well, I know I have the intellectual property, the expertise, the bank account, the proof, the evidence, the results, the testimonials. I have all the things to do that. In fact, I have a lot more experience in cash than a lot of these people who are having these multi-million-dollar launches. So I'm going to do that. And I was innocent. I wasn't thinking I was better than anyone. I thought it was a smart move. Not a smart move. I didn't have the audience size these people have. I wasn't willing to spend $100,000 to $150,000 a month, or even $150,000 or even $50,000 on launch advertising. I wasn't willing to do it at that time. I'm a little more open now. It still sounds scary as hell to me. But I wasn't willing to do that. And I wasn't aware of what they were really doing because I was still new to the game. And now I know the tea. I know the deal now. Right. So I was like, oh, I can do that. And it's not that people didn't buy it. I didn't sell out. I had the fantasy thinking of, oh my God, I'm going to have all these high ticket, this high ticket thing once a year. I'll have a $2 million launch and then I can privately coach people because I freaking love it, right? I can privately coach people and have my posse membership and, drink rosé and Saint-Tropez all day long. It was a six-figure launch, but a low six-figure launch. I don't remember the exact numbers. It was probably like $125,000. So six figures, there's a lot of six figures. When people say like, I make six figures a month, it's like, okay, that's impressive, but there's a lot of six figures, just as there's a lot of seven figures, right? So it's like 125 pre-tax, pre-credit card fees, right? But then when I relaunched it with where it was more of a traditional intimate group coaching, where there's live weekly trainings for me, blah, blah, blah. A, I could increase the price because you're getting me live. And B, because my audience was still smaller and I wasn't doing all that ad spend, I was able to sell way more and it was well worth my time. I mean, it was worth my, whatever it is, 90 minutes a week I was putting into it for 5 or 6 weeks. Do you see what I'm saying? So innocently, some of you have been trying to bypass the live element. And I just want to really stress that you might have not been able to have earned that point yet, or you might not be willing to do what it takes to bypass that yet. And that's okay. I just want to point that out to you. And the last thing is you must leverage those two main lead generators by knowing how to create profitable content. Not inspiring content, not content that gets, oh my God, this was great. Thank you. You're so inspiring and motivating. Profitable content is content that empowers your people to take action. It doesn't just inspire them. And you have to learn how to do that unless you've already been taught it and you know how. My guess is if you're still listening to this episode at this point, you don't know how. That is a main focal point because everything inside my ProjectME Posse group coaching membership is focused on getting you fresh clients, fresh cash, period, end of story. And so one of the main things we focus on is how to create profitable content, how to create content that attracts high quality ideal clients and converts them into paying you quickly and consistently. There is an art to it, a science to it, and a strategy to it. And there's also the fourth, I call it the fourth it factor, and that's using your intuition. So you have those four things combined, and I teach you how to do that in multiple ways, right? How do we do that in short form video like Reels? How do we do it in longer videos? How do you do it in a written post, in a blog post, in stories? So there's trainings on it in a gazillion different ways, because having two main lead generators and just filling it with content, which I know a lot of you are doing, which you're spending all this time and I'm putting in content and I'm not getting much out of it. It's like, yeah, that's going to get old and you're going to quit, or you're going to be so uninspired and unmotivated and over it. And then that energy translates to your content and then it's just not going to work. And now you're in that stuck feeling. So you do have to know how to create emotionally empowering content that gets your ideal client to take action. And it's not like you're expected to know how to do this from your ass. You actually have to learn how to do it. So you focus on the things that I shared with you today. There is no way that you can't get clients if you go all in with it, period. Trying to figure this all out on your own, Google it, studying my stuff, trying to reverse engineer it and apply it to yourself. You're playing cheap with your dreams. You're going to have to put skin in the game. You're going to have to invest money in order to make money. Unless you want to, you can keep trying it on your own and doing the Google thing. It'll either never work or it'll take so long to work that you're going to be over it. And the posse is $150 the first month, $100 after that. So if you're not willing to put $3.33 in a day and then also show up for it, you might not want it that badly. And that's also okay. You might think you want this badly, the freedom, the lifestyle, the cash, the options, having your own business. You might think you want it, but you might not really want it enough to obviously prioritize it if you're not willing to take the actions that I just shared today. And if you're like, no, I'm willing to do that now that someone's finally fucking told me exactly what I need to be focusing on and let go of the rest, I'm just not even sure exactly how to do those things. Well, I just told you the solution. That's why I made the posse at that price point. Because when I was where you're at, I would have without a doubt jumped on that. And it's also what I teach. You make your offers so incredible and so irresistible that your ideal client's going, oh my God, that's almost too good to be true. That's crazy that you get weekly live trainings from Tiffany and other special guest experts for only $3.33 a day. You get to collaborate with the other people in the posse, and you get a library of over 160 prior trainings on how to do all of this stuff in the same no fluff, direct step-by-step style. Yes, that is what you get. And you are crazy for not doing it. If you love this episode, take a screenshot, share it, tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany. If you really want, if you really want to make my tits tingle, seriously, that's what was just about to come out of my mouth. And it did come out. Where did that come from? I have no idea. So if you want to make my tits tingle, my right tit, by the way, is still a little numb from my breast explant surgery. I'm working on it. My left one's alive, just FYI. But you want to do that, leave me a 5-star written Apple podcast review. It takes you less than 90 seconds. Leave your name and Instagram handle in it, and then DM me on Instagram and let me treat you to your favorite luxury morning beverage. I really don't want to support any pumpkin spice or peppermint mochas, quite frankly. But if it brings you that much joy, yes, I will support that if that's really what you want. You're like a cold foam person or whatever the hell you're into. I will give you a virtual cheers as my way of saying thank you so much for showing your appreciation for the show. This is how the show grows. Also, it helps us behind the scenes. when we're doing all this hard work on the show, we go through and read the reviews, and it really just lights us up and reminds us, why we show up regardless over here at ProjectME. I love reading each and every one of them. Love you guys so much. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.